So I've already talked about the situation with xQc being offered a very lucrative deal to join Kick, a competitor to Twitch. Now, I do have to put it out there, Kick has some huge differences to Twitch. First of all being the layout is green instead of purple, and secondly, you can gamble on there to your heart's content. Something like, for example, slots, which Twitch phased out a couple months ago. And again, I'm sure you're all aware that xQc got offered that juicy $100 million contract for a 2-year deal, which, by the way, is $3 million more than LeBron James got offered for his 2-year contract renewal. I just like the fact how we live in a world where a professional NBA basketball player with an actual legacy is being outdone by a guy that watches MasterChef on stream. 50% of the time, the chair's probably empty as well. But reading the title, unfortunately, there is some bad news because despite scoring this huge bag of 100 mil for 2 years, which is just insane, xQc has landed himself in quite a lot of trouble, most of it his own doing. Now, one thing that xQc likes to do is movie night. I'm not sure how he does it, whether it's like a weekly or monthly thing, but basically he'll sit down, watch some kind of like, you know, series of YouTube videos, TV shows, maybe some kind of like copyright-free films. But he decided to take the ultimate gamble, and on one of his first streams on Kick after scoring that $100 million contract, chose to stream Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight in its entirety. Now, I'm sure that I don't have to tell you that streaming the entirety of the Batman film is not a very good idea. No matter how old it is still a copyright minefield regardless. It's basically the equivalent of a streamer playing Valorant, and in the background they've got the entirety of like the Travis Scott new album playing. Like, it is going to get muted at least, if not entirely taken down. I don't think people understand how bad copyright is on like streaming or even on YouTube. So for example, now the way YouTube works is if you play copyrighted material or music, you can only play up to 3 seconds. A nanosecond more than that, you're eligible for a takedown. And the only way on God's green earth that you're allowed to go over that 3-second mark is if some kind of technicality, like for example, if you're streaming or playing a video and someone passing by like in a car radio is playing a copyrighted song. That's probably to protect people that would stream Fortnite or PUBG and have it be stream sniped by people playing like the new Bladey album. So like I said, X chose to play the Batman film in its entirety on stream, and about an hour into the film, the Kick admins came into the chat absolutely shitting themselves, saying, you need to take the stream down now. Don't just stop watching The Dark Knight. You need to end the stream now, and you need to delete the VOD. We need to remove all evidence of this even happening.
Fuck, okay, I get it. Ah, shit, makes sense. VOD friends, GG's.
You can see on the top right the message of the mods being like very, you know, cordial and polite, but like they are sweating buckets. They are shitting themselves. And then in a bizarre turn of events, you had other streamers basically like self-reporting. For example, Destiny said that he filed the DMCA takedown against xQc. Obviously a joke, but I have no understanding of like why you would even want to lie about something like that when xQc could put his army of dribblers against you.
You put xQc for watching movies last night? Yeah, the thing was I was watching them, but then I got kind of tired. I went to sleep. But I figured like if I'm gonna go to sleep, I don't want to finish the movie without me. So I figured I would just DMCA him so that they'd stop.
And then, in a beautiful show of inconsistent force, xQc was actually annoyed because a couple days later, Aiden Ross, despite this whole, you know, fiasco of him not being able to play The Dark Knight, Aiden Ross played Prison Break, the TV series, on stream. And apparently there was no issues there.
It's a little bit, you know, it's a little complicated, for sure. You have to think. Use the brain.
Now, I've talked about Aiden Ross before, but I actually want to congratulate him for the balls that guy has. The fact that you would stream something that is now owned by Disney, I can respect that, man. I actually kneel. The two companies you never want to piss off in your entire life is Nintendo and Disney. Disney will basically just lynch you on the spot while Mickey Mouse points and laughs. And then Nintendo will kidnap you, hire you to be a Nintendo lawyer, train you up for 7 years, and then on the day you get the job, probably fire you to bring great shame upon your family. But we're not done there. Shortly after the whole Dark Knight fiasco where xQc was, you know, playing a whole film on stream, which is just I still can't believe that happened. But after that, he got a stern talking to by Trainwrecks. Now, if you don't know who Trainwrecks is, he was a serial gambler over on Twitch. He now owns like part of Kick and he streams on there more frequently. And he basically gave X a really stern talking to, saying, don't you ever do that again, young man. Don't you ever, don't you do it. And I would like to point out how one-sided this entire conversation is. I just want you, during this clip, look at xQc and look how he reacts to the pearls of wisdom being transmitted to his brain. The only comparison I could ever think of to this is an unskippable cutscene.
As long as you believe in it, as long as you're gonna make waves, this will be your legacy, and I believe it's going to make waves and it's gonna bring change, and there will be a day where everyone shows their true colors, because time will tell. And believe me, with what I know, they've already shown their true colors. The public just doesn't know it. If they were offered You know, that they can say no all day, but believe me, I know their groups, I know who's talked to who, and they've all talked. So I don't want to hear this bullshit, bro.
Now, you'd think, after getting a stern talking to with a father figure, X would think, you know what? No more. No more will I stream completely illegal content on the streaming service that I just got $100 million bag for. No more. Do you think he learned? No, of course he didn't. That's why he's the biggest streamer in the world. He's a fucking idiot. And then a couple days later, he started he started streaming Breaking Bad. I mean, to be fair, in xQc's defense, I'll allow it because he is streaming the single best TV show of all time. Hopefully, after he gets a DMCA for streaming Breaking Bad, he'll probably stream The Sopranos next instead. Now, xQc's behavior had sent massive ripples across the entire Twitch sphere. For example, Pokimane, that I talked about in the previous xQc video, she basically alluded to saying that the only reason that Kick exists is because Twitch allows it. Bit of a weird cope. But then on stream, she was asked by chat, would she actually join Kick if she was offered $10 million? 10% of what xQc got.
Nope. No, and it's not because I got like $10 million. It's just because I'm good as I am. Why would I compromise my morals and ethics for more money when I have money? Something about that is so cringe to me personally. Like, I understand, you know, if you need to make money, right? For me to do cringe shit when I have I can't. Like, ew. How do can someone put this into words better than I can? It's almost embarrassing.
I like how in the opening statement, she has to announce how much wealth she has, you know, just so it's not an insecurity. Now, if you're wondering, me personally, I would join Kick for $1 million. So would like every single human on the entire planet, apart from like 20 plus streamers. And then in a really meta way, xQc reacted to Pokimane reacting to the question while he was on Twitch. He wasn't even doing this on Kick. He was back on Twitch.
Oh, okay, I get it, my bad. I was clueless. Okay, yes, it's the same. Gamba equals the win argument. So basically now that, so now instead of winning the argument, now it's layering morals and ethics on top of that, and it's stacking the deck as much as they can, saying Gamba win lol W. That's what it is. Okay, I get it. It's a classic.
Now, I don't understand a single word of what he said. I've watched the video about 20 times, but I think he's disagreeing with her. One thing you really do have to love, though, is like how frickle the streamer sphere is. I do remember like a year ago, you had Pokimane and xQc actually meet each other and collab, and now they're just beefing on stream a year later. Honestly, I do want to put it out there. Imagine the ransom you would have of getting hold of these streamers' Discords and the little group chats they have where they talk shit. The money they would offer for you to not leak it is probably a quarter of xQc's contract. But then afterwards, xQc actually confronted Pokimane to basically say that even if you wanted to join Kick, you probably couldn't.
Listen, it's just what it is. Even if you wanted to swap, you wouldn't be able to. Right?
Now, overall, it pretty much is all but confirmed that apart from the bag that xQc got, he also has equity in Kick, which basically means that if Kick does better, he'll get more money. This isn't a flat deal, like, for example, the time when Ninja branded with Mixer, and they paid him a fat bag, and then when Mixer died, he kind of just took the money and ran. X seems like he actually wants to invest time and money into Kick, because overall, if more people sign up to Kick, their equity goes up, he gets more money.
Can I ask you something? And you can totally not answer, but I'm so curious.
Yeah.
Did they give you any equity?
Can I talk about that? Can I talk about that?
That's a yes if he said, can I talk about that?
Basically,
Well, you don't have to.
I got to, like, as in,
You were talking about, I was looking at
I got to
I was
choose.
looking at this, that, and that.
No, I got to choose whether I wanted some or not, right?
Oh, probably if like some of your pay was in equity or
which is whatever.
cash.
But
Or gamble money.
But the reality is that I actually believe in the product. Like, I generally do. So
Yeah, I also think you really believe in the idea of non-exclusive streaming.
Yeah, for sure. And then, so what I thought is that equity, right, means that if I go super hard, right, I get a part of what I do. And I really believe that I've been criticizing YouTube, Twitch,
I just don't understand why he thinks it's a good idea to play the entirety of films and then the entirety of TV shows. The thing is, I'll never get it right. Like, I don't stream as long as these people. I don't do like, you know, 12-hour streams a day. I can barely do like 5. I think the longest stream I've ever done in my entire life was playing Atomic Heart from start to finish. Bro, I needed to sleep for 3 days after that. I was a fucking rotting corpse. So I do commend the stamina these people have, but at the same time, you can't play an entire film for your chat as daycare and then think you can get away with it. It's stupid.